contemplate the life of the rabbit before you cut it? Or do you simply cut?
Hello! Welcome back to A Story Worth Telling.
Interview with the Vampire!
Yes!
Yay!
Second episode.
Yeah. It's no longer Halloween at the time of filming, but you know.
But we still look like sexy vampires. And I'm okay with that.
Uh-huh. You're saying I'm pale?
I think the camera speaks volumes. So he turned into a vampire, which, if I'm going to be honest, on reflection was...
Spoilers! If you haven't watched the first episode, go back and watch that.
I think that was rather sudden. You know, I would have waited for at least episode 3.
He didn't exactly have a choice. you know, Twilight, thinking back to Twilight, you know...
It took her 4 films
she
until
was like, I want to be a vampire.
Whereas this guy was like...
Yeah, I want it now. If you are new to this channel, then welcome. We do all sorts of gay programs, so stay tuned and go and see those things.
Check
Sell
out our social medias, where you can see lots of behind the scenes stuff, and usually like promotional shit as well, like guess what's coming this week and stuff like that. It's all really good, so that's fun.
Check it out. And thank you to all of our patrons.
Yes,
who make this
thank you,
whole thing
patrons.
possible.
It's Venetian.
That's literally my expression when I look at any art ever.
I serve a god. It is
I
my
don't think
honor
he is a
to serve.
vampire.
Mr. de Poisdulac will join
he's like
you
a
at
Renfield.
course 7.
Yeah.
Master! Cheese! Oh, he is
Vegetarian?
French.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
This was an interview with a vampire. No one said dinner with a vampire. Oh, because, you know, you gotta...
Is there going to be a body on the table?
Probably.
Was it a heart? No. It's disappointing.
Hold on a moment, right? Because this don't make sense. Because in the first episode, Lestat was like having dinner with his family. And you can't tell me that Louis couldn't have like just one meal with him?
But I think, you know, if you've lived for 200 years, you're probably like, yeah, actually, I don't like calamari. I'm enjoying the whole apparatus. It's very like Hannibal.
Yes.
You know, where it's
yeah.
all like sophisticated and...
I wouldn't be that. I would be like...
AB negative. Fresh from the farm.
COVID.
Bon appetit.
The farm.
The
I
farm?
was to ask about the farm.
Well, you know, in Twilight, there was vegetarian vampires.
There was, but you
Well,
have
hang on,
to
sorry.
do it.
Sorry. To be clear, not vegetarian. Just not human eating.
What's like the vegan equivalent? The vegan vampire. The VVs.
The VV.
The VVs.
Sounds like a band. Oh.
The season
It's like me the morning after.
through which I would pass before my apprenticeship began.
What's happening?
It's a hangover, sweetie. You know, at least you had the...
We live off the blood of the living. Lap up the blood of the deceased and it'll suck you right down into death along with your victim.
Well, that was a quick transformation.
He clearly got some electrolytes in him.
You sure it was electrolytes?
I don't know.
Lestat's blood was giggling inside me,
Hee.
You're
I'm surprised they haven't had sex yet.
beyond articulation.
Oh yeah, because that's the first thing I would do.
All the senses.
Yeah, I'd be like, get in bed.
I mean, they were in a graveyard.
We
so-
are going to levitate so fucking high.
I don't know if that's a...
We're gonna do it off every wall,
I want to see a list of
including the ceiling.
I want to see a list of like all of the things that they can do. You know, levitation, superhuman strength.
You're such a boring human. Like,
Well, no,
you want
like-
a prospective
No, but
booklet before you become a vampire. Like, can you do this? Can you do this? Do you have this?
I want to know what I'm working with.
You have the power to subdue anyone you
It's
want.
like aged.
But sometimes restraint is your most powerful weapon.
Yep, I'd absolutely pick a sailor.
100%.
Straight to the prettiest girl at the party. I admire the aesthetic. But
Well,
you'll spend most of your evening trying to separate it.
drawing parallels to...
I'd still have gone for the sailor.
That's That's because you have no restraint.
Nope.
Thank you so much to my fans.
Stanton is being very controlling over everything.
Red flag. Oh, but
Controlling when
technically,
you can eat.
we should continue the red flag count. So this is red flag 4 because there was 3 in the last episode.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I'm doing pretty good for myself. You know, it's a new century,
Same.
new job, so I'm...
I don't know if I could be asked to like entertain and
I'm not
like
sure.
have a conversation with my food. I would just pick off the ones walking home at night.
The drunk ones.
Yeah.
Easy pickings.
Well, it's just like I don't want to have to like hunt my food down, or like I don't want to have to talk to my food before I eat it.
You don't want to make any effort.
Yeah, basically.
Spoken like a true top.
Shut up.
Right.
He's got blood on his hands. How does no one see that?
This is literally, we saw you from across the bar and we liked your tractors.
Just to be clear, gents,
Two looking for
You're
a
mad,
third.
man.
on your sleeve.
Whenever you're ready, Louis.
Ooh.
The neck, right the neck, Louis. No.
This is
You
like
don't
training.
like the blood. You suck it.
I feel like that would literally have been you trying to teach me
No.
anything.
Bite. No. Suck the neck. Thing is, I learned by demonstration.
And I learned just by trial and error.
Mostly error.
Mostly error.
Oh. He needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
Setting for a vampire home.
Is this the sex dungeon?
Oh my.
Vampire romance.
Oh, it's a coffin.
Which is kind of like a sex dungeon.
It's okay. You can be on top.
I would literally be like, "Wee!"
Well. Yeah, but actually, they're just gonna be like,
Death, rebirth, coming out, homicide.
That is
Out.
literally what gay life feels like. Death,
Death.
rebirth, coming out, homicide.
I think I would have the.
Maybe not the homicide.
How's sexuality play in that?
It's a complicated question, Daniel. And we shouldn't conflate it with the salesman's death. Being desired by him, bedding down with him, was an overture of sorts to that side of my nature.
The shame of queer theorists everywhere.
He's saying he came out by getting in a coffin with a man.
I mean, didn't you?
Toilet cubicle is not a coffin. Is this the same as coming out?
I think he's trying to make parallels in like the kind of the facing the realities of what coming out means and like also accepting yourself. Because like he's kind of going through this denial phase in the story of like, I'm not getting in there. I know I need to go home. This isn't right.
Is it coming out when it's coming out to yourself? When you've had that kind of...
Well, yeah, that's acceptance.
Click moment.
That's like self-acceptance. I don't think you can like put coming out down to like one particular, like it is. I think coming out is an entire process which involves yourself being like, okay, and then how you tell other people, and then how you present yourself to the world, like the whole thing. Much like a vampire.
Yeah, without the homicide. It's gonna be a head. It's alive.
And Volpe's Repelli, or Repel Sandwich.
Yes,
Maybe he
Betty.
is a vegan vampire.
Contemplate the life of the rabbit, or do you simply cut?
I think that would put me off a meal.
Our book must be a warning as much as anything.
Oh.
There is something, Mr. Dulac. The new gaming house you're fixing on for the alderman.
Seriously, again, is no one going?
Oh, your eyes look a bit strange.
What did you do to your eyes?
Vampires can read minds, more shame.
Even now, he's like withholding information and like tips and tricks.
Because
and
you don't want to learn it. Look, when you go to a theme park, right, you don't go immediately, I want everything. You go through, like, the areas, and then you're like, oh, look, there's another ride. You know, you take it slowly. If he just went, hey, being a vampire includes an exhaustive list of everything you can do right there, he would just go crazy and then get bored really easily, and then bam, you got
Bored of reading other people's minds.
In the way he said it in the first episode, let the tale seduce you.
Every human thought boils down to three things.
Oh, here we
Money,
go.
I want
sex.
food, I want sex. I want to go home.
Blood can't make me no food.
I want food.
It's not cheating with a woman, because I can't get pregnant.
Sex.
I want sex. I'm gonna ditch this town and be somebody.
That's not.
I'll give it a moment.
Well, I'll just go home.
Voila.
You. Food or sex? It's not going home.
Look,
Please say food.
I don't know myself.
Alright.
Because I think it's sex, but it's
Can
probably
it
food.
not be both?
What's yours? Food.
Like all the kindness for the invitation.
Thank
I
God.
don't remember inviting him, but please, take your overdressed self and have a fun time.
Fuck my drag.
Look at his nails. He's getting his fingernails done. And the glasses. Some fashion, certain men like him do, Lord.
So she's been homophobic.
And she knows he's gay.
Gay.
Well, that's one way to come out.
Yeah, bright and industrious, huh? I trust you overseeing all stages of construction as well?
Yes, sir. I had let them talk to me like that so long, I stopped hearing it. I wasn't a man anymore. I was something else. I have powers now.
Right.
Like the racial element to this show as well is really interesting because obviously he's battling a queer identity, but he's also battling like discrimination. His ability to kind of be like, oh, this alpha predator now, and kind of like switch the narrative, I find quite fun.
Color, white, Creole, French, queer, half queer, mostly queer. What is it?
Non-discriminating.
Complicated situation we got here is what I'm saying.
You need to show restraint, fledgling.
You need to stop using
calling
that
him
word
fledgling.
right now, because it sounded a little like slave. Well, that's what it fucking sound like.
2 hours later.
Oh, they got separate coffins, that's good.
And now they're sleeping in separate beds.
It's a little bit like that. Why would you not just get like a double bed?
Darling, you're sleeping in the other coffin tonight.
I would have, if I was a vampire back then, I would have made a trade in double-sized coffins.
Double coffins.
Yeah.
Oh, king-size coffin.
For the record, if disrespect was done to you, I would have killed him myself. Well, what can I do to make it up to you?
I want to buy the Fair Play Saloon.
How can I say no to you?
They are literally a couple now.
It was a grand and loving gesture on Lestat's part.
He bought it for him to make up for their fight. Okay, this is a bit of a toxic relationship.
No, I would like to say that he invested
Nah,
in his
bitch, they had a
partner's
fight
dreams.
and then he bought him a club.
You might say this is a red flag. I think this is a kind gesture.
I think if anything, this is probably the biggest red flag.
Don't eat the baby. Don't eat the baby. Don't eat the baby.
Snack?
Don't eat the baby.
What if the baby can tell?
Don't eat the baby.
He's smelling the baby.
Ice Age with the saber-toothed cats and the baby.
There's the baby. There he is.
Okay, let me just see what the heck's going on.
Don't leave
Don't
the baby.
leave him with the baby.
No. I thought the older they were, the better.
So did I, but
I no longer kill. My last victim was in the year 2000. Some Y2K disagreement. I want our readers to understand that.
Did he eat the baby?
Hello, Damek.
Hey.
Oh. Boy toy. Oh, petit coup.
You like Dubai?
I haven't had the time to sightsee.
Go to Kite Beach.
Thank you, Damek. See you soon. As I was saying, I no longer kill.
You might have a drinking problem. The baby.
Wait, didn't he,
I would so do that. I mean, I would have...
be the vampire snack?
No.
Snack on
I would have so many snacks. I would have lines of hot men snacks.
I'm not sure about this.
I'd pay them so much, and I wouldn't kill them, but I would just snack. I love it. He's like embracing this like queer identity of like, I don't know. It's beautiful. I love it. That is the vampire I want to be.
That is the buffet.
Yeah. Oh my god, please don't eat the baby. Oh my god, he ate the baby.
At least they've got 2.
What did he say?
Oh, he had to dump the baby and run.
I was ready to tear into him. I'm never gonna get control over it.
You have to stop seeing them, Louis. I'll grow fearful of you if they haven't already.
Oh, another opera.
Not another opera. Donizetti's comic masterpiece, Don Pasquale.
That's like me being like, this is an iconic queer song, and you being like, oh god, what is that?
Another Gaga song.
He was my murderer, my mentor, my lover, and my maker.
In
All
other
of those
words,
things at once.
manipulative.
He didn't choose me to be his. We did what we always did to avoid conflicts there.
Charmed your way through it.
I performed as his valet.
Oh.
Walked the base behind him. Remained standing in the back of the box until the lights went down, and only joined next to him once the overture had begun.
You're in a couple with someone, and you choose to do activities in which your partner is actively being discriminated against. Like, no, girl, find a new hobby.
Yeah.
That's not okay. You're right.
Yeah.
I think he enjoys it.
Yeah, I think he is.
I think part of him wants to keep being the master. And that is unhealthy.
But also hot.
What the fuck is going on in here on this deck?
You take this feeling away from me, Louis. We must stay together and take precaution.
Music pierced his damned soul. And any humans who were involved in the creation of it existed on an elevated plane.
I understand they're a road company, but are they pulling talent from roadside gas stations?
If you don't like it, just leave, hon. You don't gotta, like, threaten to eat them.
The hunt was on.
Oh, no.
If you went to every kind of, like, performance show, whatever, and you didn't like it, and your first thought was, well,
he's gonna die.
Chomp.
He's gonna die.
There wouldn't be much, like, shit left to watch.
Depends how much of a critic
Especially
you
if you're a critic, yeah.
He sat the tenor down.
Oh,
opened
this
up
is
the score in front
really
of him,
humiliating.
and sang as it was written.
Ero nel suo serato quando l'ha scritta.
He just finger fucked his neck.
You don't have to humiliate him.
Well, I don't say that you have to enjoy it! Embrace what you are! You are a killer, Louis!
Red flag.
Lestat was an artist. He had cut the man tenderly so that he could not call for help, but also so that his death was slow.
Oh, no.
Meditative. I listened to his thoughts.
That's
as
dark.
Lestat drank.
Yeah.
And this time they came with vision. Something about a wet piece.
It looks like the Go Compare man.
Go compare!
He had a way about him. And I was still very much under his power. We would drain the tenor for hours that night.
The worst kind of threesome.
Grow the fuck up.
Myself pretending to be.
This is awful.
Lestat was wrong.
This is so
I was
awful.
never-
Awful.
That's quite dark and sadistic, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because it's kind of shown in a slightly sexualized way.
Yeah. Didn't like that at all.
I was never going to savor the aftertaste.
How many more dishes are there?
Shame-ridden second, a fumbling, despondent killer, a botched vampire. I try to have a human dish once a week to maintain the thread.
God.
Very strange ending.
There is a lot to unpack there, and it would take several sessions of therapy.
Textbook manipulation controlling, red flags all over the place.
Also, shame. Like, Louis clearly a different kind of vampire. And he's carrying this sort of, like, little bit of self-hatred. Like, that little bit about, like, I had tried to have human food once a week. Like, yeah, girl, I try to have a salad once a week, but that don't mean I'm gonna, like, admit to myself that I can be fit. I'm just saying.
At least he's not shameful about his gayness.
Well, no, and I like that. But it's almost like it's interesting how it's translated. Like he's accepted that, but he can't accept another part of his identity, which is being a vampire. But then we're kind of look at that from the outsider and going, oh, that's good. You're not a bad person. But then is being vampire bad? I don't know. I think it could be quite good.
For what?
But he's a good vampire.
Well, we don't know that yet.
He ate a fox instead of a human.
Look, no, but then he also snacked on a human.
It was a petit coup. And I'm interested to see where their relationship goes, because that is toxic.
Well, I think it's going to end pretty promptly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to the opera anytime soon, because I'm kind of scared that...
Well, at least you're not the singer.
That's true.
Although if you were the singer, you would absolutely be eaten.
Good. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed, stay tuned for more episodes to come. And yeah.
See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.